That was brilliant. What?
I'm Dan Cyan.
And I'm Jake Fellow.
Special guest. Dun, 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 special guest.
Yeah.
I have a massive spot. Just throw that out there.
They don't know who the special guest is. Do you want your name to be known? You can talk, you know.
We have a special guest, Catherine Payne, old school friend of mine. Would you say you deal mainly on PC or Xbox? I don't know which you play.
Yeah, PC.
PC.
Yeah.
We have a PC gamer in our midst.
We are not worthy. Someone said that to me at
Master
college.
Race.
At college, I mentioned I was playing a PC game, and they were like, you're joining the Master Race. I was like, just go away. You're not a Master Race.
That was originally like a joke in a Zero Punctuation video, and people took it seriously.
I know. And they've now adopted it really badly. Annoying. What have we never start with this. We always forget to mention what we've been playing. Always. What have you been playing this week?
I'll tell you what I haven't been playing because I want to talk about this. I haven't been playing The Wolf Among Us. I'll talk about what I've been playing in a moment.
Your girlfriend sent me a message and woke me up last night, giving me a code to that when I've already played it because I paid for it extra. But anyway, what have you been playing this week? Don't change my subject.
Can I go talk about that afterwards?
Afterwards.
Okay.
What have you been
God,
playing?
I'm gassy.
We want to point out, we are not sponsored by, but you should sponsor us, Monster Energy Drink. We're all drinking it, so you'll hear us playing with our cans. No. You'll hear us drinking a lot. Hence why Jake is so gassy. What have you been playing this week? Please, can we get over this before we forget it again?
The Tomb Raider Definitive Edition.
You bought it?
Yeah.
How good is it?
Tress Effects. That's how good it is.
Okay.
It's the same game.
I know.
It's Tress Effects.
But
How does it? Have you played it on 360?
I haven't played it on 360.
I've seen it on 360.
I've got a
I've played
copy on
it.
360 that you could do a comparison with if you fancy.
How much? Yeah, how much better does it look?
Tress Effects.
Mm.
It's to some people that wouldn't be worth it, but it's really impressive.
Do you get like camel toe wiggle as well as she runs?
Oh.
No, it's not that impressive.
That's impressive to you, camel toe wiggle.
To me, an impressive game is one that's absolutely realistic down to anything that can wobble.
But who wants a
Like
realistic
analog fatness and quantum physics being put into a game.
realistic game? So you want a video game where you sit on Facebook all day, do jack shit, maybe have a little masturbate, and then try and get a job. That is all you fucking did from as of last month.
In GTA, they added in the ability to sit down on a couch and watch TV.
Yeah.
Because I've done that for
is
so many
enjoyable.
hours. The only time I've ever done that is when I start on the online section and it sits you down in your sofa and you're watching telly and you're like, I might as well fucking stand up. I was going to stand up anyway. Why don't you just start me standing up? That irritates me.
Have you not sat and watched TV in the new GTA?
I have on the campaign for like 5 minutes.
So fun.
No, it's
you
not.
should.
No, I shouldn't. What have you been playing this week?
Starbound.
Is that it?
Pretty much, yeah.
So you haven't played The Wolf Among Us, have you?
No.
Have you played it?
I haven't played any of it.
Any
Which is
of it?
surprising because I'm
Oh,
a
it's
massive
so good.
Telltale fan.
Yeah, but have you read the Fable comics?
No.
Do you like the idea of the Fable comics?
I like the idea of the game, I just don't really know the fan.
I love the idea. I've never liked the idea, like True Blood and Fairy Tale, whatever the show is, on FX. I've never liked any of them, but this is really good. The way they're sort of, the Fairy Tale creatures are all in the city, but they're like hidden away. They've all got their own characteristics. They live for hundreds of years, but how to sort of hide that.
And there's puns. There's slight puns like
Is there?
Bigby Wolf. Big Bad Wolf.
Well, that's not a pun.
That's kind of a pun.
That's his name trying to blend in. You don't think it's going to be...
I know, but what
It's a bit like me.
they could have called him Tom Smith.
It's a bit like me, Jake. My name is Daniel. I don't know how I introduced myself. Maybe Daniel, maybe Dan, I forget. But I've gone through so many names.
The
Dan.
Danster.
I hate you. I honestly wish I'd never told you that. At least it wasn't, what was it? Fucking Rainbow Bum Sex the Third or whatever. What was yours, Jake? What was yours?
It was like Teddy, then my birthday.
So Teddy,
61094.
that was his like handle for internet was Teddy.
It's not much
Teddy?
better now.
That's-
It's Jakey Kitty now.
Well, I told you not to get that, but you didn't listen.
It's better than what I had before. Idiotic Magic with a K at the end of them.
Yeah, they make it look like a spastic.
Yeah.
What's yours? I forget what yours is, but I recognise it whenever it comes up on my dash.
Cathykins?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I use it for
That's nice.
everything now.
That's
Cute.
not too bad.
But you're a girl, so you can get
It's
with
a bit low. Yeah, I can.
Do you ever have chat on Xbox for like Call of Duty or anything like that? Oh,
No.
have you seen people's reactions to when there's a
I
girl
don't-
in that?
Yes, it's hilarious.
For viewers,
You can.
There is a girl in the room. Let's pretend she's on Call of Duty. Start with "you fucking noob." Just say that.
You fucking knew.
I just went off the charts.
You can play as a girl in Ghost, can't you?
Yeah, but dudes do that so they can look at a girl, and it's like, why? I don't understand.
So they can get
Why is a
free
dude playing as a girl? That's what they think. That's their first thought.
That's my first thought when I see it, and it's like, why?
Because it's me.
I've actually looked at it to see whether the hitboxes are the same mass.
It's an
'Cause-
interesting. Oh, I think a lot of guys do that in some games though, because I've heard guys that say that they prefer like a female model because they're looking at their character. They prefer looking at a female character when they're
I
playing.
prefer to play as a female, but not because of that.
But in Call of Duty, the first-person shooter, it makes no difference.
A bit girlier hands holding the gun.
Yeah, painted
Painted
nails.
nails, yeah.
A painted shotgun.
Little flowers.
Although saying that, you can get decals on it now, can't you?
Yeah.
Can you?
Yeah.
I don't know if you can get flowery patterns,
No,
but
you can get skins.
patterns.
You can get skins,
Yeah.
yeah, but then,
skins, decals, whatever.
the skins have been in since Modern Warfare 2.
Have they?
Modern Warfare 2, or was it 3? 2 or 3. They've been in since then.
I don't.
Black Ops 1 had it, so I know that it's from there. But they've
Yeah,
been
but
in
I'm
for a
not
long
saying that
time.
I didn't say that they've just added it in.
I use the Christmas skin all the time.
I don't play it.
Just
Like
like,
that song.
just like you wear your Christmas hoodie all the time.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, he
Oh no, you can't wear a Christmas hoodie.
he does. He wears it all the year long.
it's my favourite hoodie. It's comfortable.
But it's got reindeers on it.
What's wrong with reindeers? Reindeers are
Oh,
Christmas
my-
neutral.
Not.
That reminds me of a song about a reindeer that got left out of reindeer games and no one let him join
What?
the fun.
Rudolph.
That's the,
That's
have you heard of him as well?
Pretty popular that one.
that's the reindeer what don't exist. There's Dasher, Dancer, Prancer, Vixen, Comet, Cupid, Donda, Blitzen, and no Rudolph. He doesn't exist. He was made up by a marketing team.
The others were real.
Yep.
Right, so Wolf Among Us. Neither of you two have played it. I've played it from start to finish. Very good. I'm not going to spoil anything, don't worry.
I've played episode 1,
Yeah, you played episode 1.
and I haven't played episode 2
You should
because
play.
of
We'll get into
Microsoft.
it in a second. We'll get into it in a second.
I want to complain, Dan.
Well, just shut up. You complain all the time. Just shut up and let me say good things first.
Why?
Then you can poo on it like you do everything else. Okay? So shut your mouth. I'm going to talk to Catherine. You should play it. It's really good. Because the good thing about it is, in The Walking Dead, that's fine, but you played as a human. I don't know how to explain that. I don't know whether that. So you made human-like choices. Like, you're not going to shoot the little girl in the face. Some of you arseholes out there will, but we wouldn't. That's just...
More morally ambiguous.
Whereas this character, like, I was happy to slap this character in front of his kid. He was lying to me. He was a prick. He needed a slap.
Yep.
I've seen a lot of people say that it's very difficult not to be violent.
It's not difficult to... Oh, it is, okay. It definitely persuades you to be violent, but
There's
you
certain
can
parts where you
refrain.
have to be.
Yeah, like that moment, you have to slap a frog.
You don't have to.
You do.
No, you don't.
I tried not slapping the frog.
No, you can literally. There is a way, but it's like long and arduous. You might as well just slap him.
But there's an interrogation scene, and I was like, nope, I'm not going to beat this dude up, or I'm not going to...
You have to interrogate a.
Yeah, you interrogate a dude, but you can choose not to be
Not
violent.
dude, a frog.
No,
Toad.
In number
It's
two.
Toad.
In number
It's
two,
Toad.
I'm talking about.
Oh, in number 2.
In number 2, you have to interrogate the dude that you captured in number 1. Spoiler!
Pretty
You have to
obviously
interrogate
captured
him. But you don't have to be violent. Like, I wasn't violent. I was just a complete dick to him. Like, talking to him and acting like a dick. But I didn't attack him or anything. Then the other dude that I thought was getting along with me started beating me up. I'm like, why? Because I didn't beat him up. I can't win. If I beat him up, he hates me. If I don't beat him up, he hates me. The game makes people hate you.
I know, it's great. Like, when you're talking to Toad, apparently there is a way around the way you don't have to hit him.
I
But it gets so annoying, like, just tell me, you stupid Toad, so
Like,
you end up hitting him.
You actually get frustrated with the characters like you would a human.
Yeah.
Even though you're talking to a toad. But yeah, it's really good. I definitely recommend number 2. There are 2 points in it. There's one point where you think it's going to end. It's the perfect cliffhanger to end on. It doesn't. It carries on for like another 10 minutes. And then it gives you another cliffhanger that you're not expecting. But it goes, oh, cliffhanger. End of. And then when it says, like, in the next episode, I think it's what it's described as, you become, like, you sort of go half wolf halfway through. Because you're, like, obviously, you're glamoured, which is like a spell to make you look human.
Bigby isn't glamoured.
Isn't he? Can he just turn into a
He's
human?
he's a werewolf, but
Oh.
no, not a werewolf. Whatever it's called, where they can change.
Well, he sort of half changes throughout the episodes when he gets angry. He sort of half changes into a wolf as like instincts take over, I guess.
Yeah.
And you see him like fully in his wolf form, which looks fucking scary.
Cool.
But yeah, so you want to whinge about it? Go.
Mark stuffed his poop. I calm down.
We both bought the season pass for The Wolf Among Us, yes?
Yeah.
And then it wouldn't let you download it. It just registered. It registered as you have bought the season pass, but you haven't bought the episode. Then you have to pay for it again.
What?
I know, it was a glitch. I don't know if they've repaired it or not, but they've definitely emailed a code around to sort it out.
Yeah, they sent me a code for it.
And Sammy sent me a code.
Where did she get one?
I don't know, but the message came up as she sent the message, but this was in the middle of the night, and I looked at it on my iPad. But I luckily had enough Microsoft points left over from my last purchase to buy it, so I just bought it because I don't wait for anything.
That's true.
I've downloaded it, and I was going to play it today, but I didn't have enough time because of work and stuff.
It's good.
Is it?
I like it. I still haven't played Walking Dead 1 or 2 on my Xbox.
Yeah, but you played them.
Yep, I played them.
Okay.
Not on my Xbox.
Have you played on what? Really?
Yep, tablet.
On iOS.
Have you played it? Are you playing season 2 at the moment? You are, aren't you? 'Cause
I've watched a person
about-
play all the way through it, but I haven't played it myself.
What, the first episode of the?
Oh no, I've played the first episode
Yeah.
on the Xbox. But yeah, I haven't played the first one yet. I've got to play that all the way through just to get the achievement points. It's a really good story and definitely pulls at some of your heartstrings towards the end. Not going to mention spoilers there. Now, what have I been playing? Someone asked me what I've been playing.
What have you been up to, Dan?
I've been playing games. Guess what game I've been playing?
Is it Hearthstone?
How do you pronounce it? It's Earth with a H on the end. So I just on the front. So I just say Hearthstone. But apparently that's wrong. Apparently it's like
Hearthstone?
Hearth. It's really weird. It's Hearthstone, which is an online card game based around World of Warcraft. It's really good, very addictive. I told myself I wasn't going to spend any money, and then I spent like 20 quid on it now. Because I bought a 6-pack of cards, and then there's this arena that you get a total. You can have 12 games. But as soon as you get 3 losers, you're kicked out the arena. So you can get 9 wins, and that's the most you can get is 9 wins or 3 losers, and that's how that's how it works. And the longer you're in the arena, the more better stuff you get, and you get really good rewards for it. I think I've gone 5-3, and that's the highest I've got so far, because it leagues you, and once you get past a certain amount of wins, it puts you into like the gold league or silver league,
Oh, that's cool.
which is really good. But some of the card advantages are ridiculous.
I don't see the point in a virtual card game.
If they sold physical cards, I'd buy loads.
Yeah.
They're missing out on that.
Like, the point, when card games were a thing, like back in the past...
Is this the old versus new?
No, this is...
No, because Pokemon cards, they were extremely addictive. They had a social interaction, but now we're in an online world, there's an online version, but it doesn't give you that physical sense of buying things, which you don't understand. Because, basically, you don't understand it because you are very much, I want to go online, digital, everything digital, I don't need anything else. Whereas I like having a physical case. If I could buy a game case and it just have a code to download a game, fine. As long as I've got the case.
Really?
That really bugs me if I don't have the case.
See, I don't see the point in a card game, because the reason card games existed was because it was something different to a video game. Like, for people who couldn't get video games, maybe, or something like that. But now we do have video games, and I can understand the mechanics of a card game being put in a video game, like a turn-based thing. But beyond that, it's just a virtual card game. You could put in more. Is there more? Like,
Cards?
no, not cards. Say, like, if you put a card down and it's a super wolf, does a wolf come up?
Right, I'm going to give you real names.
No, but I'm saying that's what could happen.
What do you mean? What do you mean could happen? I don't actually understand your point. Just like most of our conversations, I don't understand your point.
The mechanics of a card game can be put into a video game, and that's fine as a sort of turn-based thing, and that's fun, and that's an RPG. But the point of
It's definitely RPG because you have different. No, shut up. I've got a side track.
Okay.
Because you have classes, and they have cards that are specific to that class. So, like the paladin, he's health based. He can like magic. I don't know if he's in World of Warcraft or is he in World of Warcraft? So he like magics loads of stuff. Oh, magic! And so a lot of his cards like
It's like a healer crossed with a.
yeah, that's what he is.
Tank.
He's basically the Doctor from Team Fortress mixed with Harry Potter. That's what he is, and that's what his picture looks like as well. And so his cards are sort of. Well, my deck that I've built with him is based around this one monster that gets every time he gets injured, he gets a +3 attack, and he has 7 health. And if you take that down one by one, that's fine. But I've got cards that double his health. Then I can add 3 to his health and double it again, double his attack, things like that. And that's what his class is based around. Whereas the warrior is all about dealing damage with your axe and crossbow, etc. Things like that. So it is an RPG, and you level up and you get cards for that class. It would work as a card game, but it'd have to be basicked down, is that a word? they'd have to
Dumb down.
Yeah, they have to make it easier because there's a lot of, I now up this stats, which would be hard to keep track of if it was a physical card game. But yes, I totally agree that card games shouldn't be online, and this is really addictive, and I don't know why it's addictive.
I'm not saying that the same game could exist as a game where you don't have to put down cards. Because
What do you mean?
I don't see the point in animating, putting like a hand comes from the bottom of the screen and puts a card down. It doesn't. There's no point in it.
You're sharing very loud compared to what I do at the moment. I don't know how that's going to show up on there.
I just don't see the point in it being a card game when you could have a game with the same mechanics using like something else.
What do you mean? So what, instead of cards we place rocks down?
No, you don't. You don't need to place anything down.
So what you're saying is I just think...
Just an RPG. You don't need to like put a card down because a card game involves cards.
I think I get what you mean.
I don't. Can you explain it to me in
Really,
English?
I don't know how to. I kind
It's
of.
hard to explain.
So are you basically saying, so in World of Warcraft you've got the toolbar of your different spells and stuff that you can pick, yes or no?
Yes.
So basically having that instead of cards.
Basically, yeah.
That's
About
what
the
it is.
animation of
It's just
having
skinned.
cards.
It's just skinned different.
I
It's the
know,
same thing. So
but
what's your problem? You don't like how it's skinned? Download
Pretty
a mod
much,
for
yeah.
it. Download a mod for it then.
As if someone's going to come up with a mod for
You're
it.
not going to play it, so stop your whinging.
No, I'm just saying that I don't see the point in it being a card game. It sounds like a fun game, but it doesn't need to involve cards. And the whole, like, there's a deck and it's being shuffled, and it shows you it being shuffled, which just
No, it doesn't.
wastes time.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
Loads of card games do that, though.
No, this one. This one
Fair
doesn't.
enough, this one is slightly better in that aspect. Then.
Comment down below if you agree with him. And you'll see that we get no comments, as per the rest of our videos, because no one agrees with you.
It's not because no one agrees and no one cares.
That's fine. Oh, I've broken polystyrene on your floor, Jake. I hope you don't mind.
Oh, I do.
Right, Starbound. You've been playing that.
Yes.
Explain what it is. Because I wouldn't have to explain
It's basically Terraria, but with
it. And what's Terraria?
Terraria's a procedurally generated exploration game, similar to Minecraft, but 2D.
And bad.
This is what we need her. Look, she's intelligent. Whereas we would have just gone 2D Minecraft.
Yeah, because that's what it is. It's a bad version of Minecraft.
I love Terraria. And
I prefer the art style of Terraria massively.
yeah,
I really
what
like
to Starbound?
it. No, it's the same art style. It's the same artist who did both games.
Right, that explains why it looks like much similar. But
Compared
yeah,
to Minecraft.
Terraria I love it, but it's one that I just after sort of 4 hours I fall out of it because there's so much you can do, but doing it alone is such a bit I guess like Skyrim, not even Skyrim, because Skyrim's there's so much to do, and on your own it's a big feat. It's a big you're all these bosses you can battle, all these things you can make, and I'm like, no, on my own. I need sort of encouragement. So playing with friends it's great, but it's so difficult to play with friends on those games. And Starbound is basically an intergalactic version, yes?
Yeah,
in the
basically.
future.
More. I like. It feels more like an RPG than.
Yeah, definitely. I've played a little bit of it as well.
See, to me that sounds a lot better than Terraria because of
It
space.
is. Yeah.
That's it. That is literally
The
it.
only way I compared it was say if you had The Sims, you've then got The Sims Future Pack with rockets and stuff
Which
in
I
it.
have.
You burn too much time in your life away with The Sims.
No, it's
Nothing wrong
not.
with The Sims.
It's the best.
You don't know how much she plays it.
I've played it since I was 11. It's like the best purchase ever. Think how much money you spend for it and how much
Wait,
time you
do you
put
play
into it.
like The Sims 1?
Oh no, well I did when I had this
Oh.
one.
I
But,
thought you meant like you've had the same save the whole time.
no, that'd be awesome.
Did you ever create your future? You're like, yeah, I'm gonna have this job, I'm gonna have this house, and yeah, I'm gonna sit watching telly.
People do different things on it. They like.
What do you do on it?
Lock someone in a room and let them
Set 'em on
starve to
fire.
death.
No,
Yeah.
that's you. Do you do that as well?
Occasionally.
Great. My
you've
friends
got to
are
do it.
maniacs.
It's a sort of, I don't want to say open world, it's a freedom-based game where you can do what you like. And that's the best kind of game.
We're sidetracking from Starbound quite dramatically.
There's freedom.
Similar,
You can do,
yeah.
there's
Yeah.
freedom stuff in Starbound.
I'm trying to get onto a point about
Okay, get onto a point.
Starbound. So the first thing how do you chop down a tree? When you start in the game, you have no tools apart from
Mass manipulator.
yes. So basically, something that manipulates mass at an atomic
What does
level.
that mean?
So basically, it can chop down a tree.
It's like a space.
It can
tool.
chop down a tree. It can
It's-
chop down.
It's good.
It can mine stuff.
Yeah, you can use it for loads of.
That sounds
stuff.
really
Yeah.
unspecific.
No, it is. It's like the Doctor's Sonic Screwdriver. It's a get out of jail free card
Except
for the
it
writers.
doesn't work on wood. The Dr. Science screwdriver.
No, but this does.
Yes, it does.
And then you spend your entire game building pickaxes and axes and guns and bows and arrows and all those sort of things. When you have something that manipulates things at a mass
Oh.
level. Why not just blow people up with a mass manipulator rather than using a bow and arrow?
Is it like really
It's
slow?
really time consuming. Yeah, it is. It is.
It
really
is.
slow.
It is a very slow. Like I'm at 4 hours ish, I think, and I've just about got off the first planet.
That reminds me of.
But it also depends on your
Yeah,
spawns.
but that's good. That's a
Because
good
like
thing.
my spawn, there was no coal, there was no ore, none of that rubbish, and you need that to get off the planet. So
You need coal to get off a planet.
Yeah, it's
Fuel.
A
fuel.
coal-powered
Yeah.
rocket.
It's kind of like the most
Yeah.
basic fuel.
Just imagine someone in the bottom of a rocket
Shoveling.
trying to shovel coal. Then you get out of the gravity, so you're trying to grab out of the air or float, flying, trying
Nice.
to throw it into the furnace.
you were trying to sidetrack a second ago.
Was I? What was I going to say?
I don't know. I'm not a mind reader. Should I tell them about my dream I had the other day about me getting superpowers?
No, that's boring.
No, I'm going
What's
to tell you.
that? You got superpowers?
Yeah,
What
I had
powers?
a dream. This was a while ago. Don't know what prompted it, but I had a dream where I got bitten by a radioactive brain. That's good enough of the time. So I got like
Okay.
9 superpowers, where I had telekinesis. I could manipulate things at an atomic level, so I could freeze drinks by like putting the atoms closer together slightly, because obviously that would cool a drink down. That's how you freeze things, etc. Heat things up. Could pull people apart. Could telekinesis, all sorts of stuff. Do you know what I used it for? I went around killing the people I think should be killed, and people that I didn't think should be killed, I branded.
It's a weird, kind of fucked up dream, really.
Yep, basically.
Can I just ask one question?
Yep.
How the fuck did you get bitten by a brain?
I don't know. In my dream, it was like third person. It just sort of slapped me in the head.
I was bitten by a radioactive man, and now I have all the powers of a fully grown man.
Right. News! News!
Sanic!
News!
Sanic.
We sell that at Sainsbury's. I think that's a soap.
Sanic. Sonic.
Sanex.
Same thing.
There's going to be a new Sonic game, surprise, surprise.
Sonic looks buff. He looks like he's been to the gym.
He is, I think, 60% leg now. 60% of his height is leg.
Yeah, but
No,
Have
he
you
doesn't
seen-
even look like buff. Have you seen Knuckles?
Yeah, Knuckles is like...
He looks like a Russian bodyguard in echidna form.
Basically, that's what it is. Have you seen that? Sidetracking. Have you seen that picture on Facebook? It's a dude talking to his girlfriend on the phone, and she's like, "What are you doing on February the 14th?" He's like, "What day is it?" She's like, "Oh, it's a Friday." He goes, "That's leg day." Funny stuff. So anyway, yeah, Sonic, making a new Sonic game. That's about all we know, really, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much. It's called Sonic Boom.
Yep, that's all we know. Which definitely resembles the characters. They're sort of going boom in the arms area. They just look so hench. It's like, this is a child's game. Imagine Mario going to the gym. How scary would that game be? Come here, mushroom.
I don't like really get on with new Sonic games. Don't really.
They're not Sonic anymore. I haven't seen a new Sonic game. They're all sort of 3D, Sonic Unleashed, Sonic this, Sonic that. It's like, what happened to side-scrolling Sonic?
Sonic Colors was pretty good. That went back to side story.
At least Mario still brings out side-scrolling Mario, as well as Mario Galaxy,
Yeah, that's true.
Mario Party, Mario Kart, Mario Get a Job, Mario Get a Girlfriend, whatever new games there are.
Yeah, but Mario works better as a 3D platformer than Sonic does. Because Sonic he's supposed to go fast.
Yeah.
That's his thing. But going fast is hard to do.
Sonic goes fast.
Sonic goes fast.
Whoa.
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 60% leg.
Right, other news. 60% like. Other news. Titanfall wasn't being developed by the same people for 360. Most people knew that. That's fine. No one cared, really. It should be imported. But I did have to think they're probably going to push the date back, considering Titanfall for Xbox One and PC both aren't even in beta phase yet. If they're not in beta phase, how can they pass it over to the other developer to port it over? Unless they're building it from scratch, which isn't going to work. They're not building it from scratch, but they're sort of building it from scratch, kind of. So it was a case of I expected them to push the date back, and they have it. It's now the 25th of March in America. I don't know what date it's going to be over here. But
28th, I think.
the Xbox One version and the PC version is the 13th of March in America, and in England it's the 14th of 14th.
I thought it was 11th and 13th.
It's either 13th or 14th. Don't hold me to that. I can tell you how many days it is until Titanfall
In America.
in America, which is good enough because people will be streaming it, and that'll see me buy until I'm sorry, audience. I'm getting out my Titanfall countdown app. 31 days, 17 hours, 43 minutes, and 55 seconds.
At the point of recording.
At the point of recording. And we are recording this on the 7th of February 2014. So yes, we are slightly outdated because you'll be hearing this on a Wednesday. Happy Wednesday, everyone!
Yeah, Wednesday, middle of the week.
Right, what other news we got?
There was a new Thief trailer called the Thief 101 trailer.
That looked good, and as you're about to say,
Looks like Dishonored now.
and
Dishonored used to look like Thief.
yeah, so it's a case of what came first, the chicken or the egg, which is a stupid question because dinosaurs laid eggs, dinosaurs never laid chickens.
Did they lay chicken eggs?
I don't believe so. I haven't heard of a case of that. But then
Of
again,
course the egg came first, and Thief came first, but then now Thief looks like Dishonored, so it's like Dishonored. It's like some weird.
there's going to be a generation now that think Thief is another version of Dishonored.
Yeah, I've
basically.
seen that in YouTube comments on the trailer.
A bit like how if you showed a kid a floppy disk that's in primary school now, a 3-inch floppy disk that is, they'd go, "Oh wow, you
Why
made
not 5.5 inch, Dan?
because I'm not that big." They'd be like, "Oh, you made a 3D model of the Save logo." It's like, well, no, this is what we used to use to save stuff onto. A bit like this really bugged me off, and people have been bugging me with this all week. Oh, I love Skyrim. Oh, are you getting the new Elder Scrolls Online game? No. Why would I get that? What is the title? Give me the full title of Skyrim.
The Elder Scrolls 5.
V.
Skyrim.
Thank you. It's the Skyrim is one in the series of the Elder Scrolls. Admittedly, I've only ever played Oblivion and Skyrim, and I didn't get along with either of them. I see why they're good games, just they're not for me.
I know, yeah.
You know my patience. I'm like a struggling doctor. No patience.
I hated the beginning of Skyrim. It's so bad. Because, I mean, it could have been done better. Everyone could have been in your outline. You could have been able to tell who talks.
I hated the beginning of this
Yeah,
podcast.
that is annoying.
You have to, like, look around. And if someone stops talking, by the time you look at them, you don't know who said what that.
That's true, actually. That is slightly...
I hated the start of this podcast.
annoying.
Did you?
Just saying.
Well, I think my book was better.
No.
Has anyone Has anyone played the beta of Elder Scrolls Online?
No.
No, I didn't
Have
get
you?
it. Didn't you? I thought
Yeah.
you went to it.
Not a great deal, but it's pretty... seems pretty
Oh,
awesome.
what I like about it is the idea of there's like a king of the kingdom but can be overthrown by people working their way up.
You can
That seems really cool, but they're going to be dickheads that hold it for like
Yeah.
forever. It's like a bit like Call of Duty. There will always be that master race of Call of Duty fans that sit on it 24/7, get to like master rank prestige in 2 weeks, and you're like, go away.
Yeah. At that point, they're just like, what do I do now? Except be a dick.
Which is what they do.
Yeah,
So,
like
what
they-
is the Elder Scrolls Online like?
Well, I haven't played a great deal of it, to be honest.
No, but you've played it. So what's it like?
It's cool.
Does it feel like?
It does. That's the thing that was most important, because obviously it's kind of a weird mix between. It's like third person, first
Rather than-
person. It does still feel like an Elder Scrolls game,
See,
despite having like similar features of an MMO.
this is how obsessed I am. I'm feeling the urge to bring this back to Titanfall again. Like, I played Titanfall before it came out as well. That feels really good. It sort of feels like Call of Duty in terms of the controls feel polished, but it also doesn't feel as one-sided as any other game, like Call of Duty, for example. But it's really good. I like it.
Nobody cares.
I do. Dan does. And I've spoken to one of the Respawn developers as well. Did you know
Really?
that? Yeah. I was on one of the Titanfall forums, and I put a thread up saying, really looking forward to it. Haven't been this excited since Brink. Fingers crossed, not the Brink. But then I've played it. I'm sure it'll be good. Anyone from the UK on here, because it's predominantly American, which I can understand, because it's coming out over there, and it's a bigger area for people to get excited about it. And one of the first person that responded was a Respawn developer going, "Oh, hi Dan, nice to hear you're excited about the game. We can't wait for you guys to get your hands on it," or something along the lines of that.
It's cool.
And I was like, "Oh my god, this is so good." I've been talking to him every time I go on there. I say, like, "What's going on? How is it?" He doesn't do a lot. He does like textures for buildings, and that's it. But it's
still nice to talk to someone who's
exactly
involved.
like, it might not be the head honcho, but he speaks to Abby Heppy all the time, community manager for Titanfall. So she's like the face for
Going
other news.
I want to talk about something. Going back to MMOs, I was
MMOs.
thinking of how I kind of want
How do
a
you class an MMO?
massively multiplayer online.
Yeah, but how do you?
MMORPGs.
Call of Duty's an MMO.
Alright, I'm talking about MMORPGs then.
Right, okay. Does Dota count? Does Smite count? Does it? Please don't spit on my microphone. Or in Catherine's drink for that.
Yeah.
I'm not
It's
diseased.
fine. It's worse.
So yeah. Does LOL count? Does Smite count? Does
Can I
Dota
get to the
count?
point I was going to
No,
say?
I want to know what you define as an MMO, because I thought it was like MMO. That I could class so many games as an MMO. Brink, does that count as an MMO? Because that's only online. That's a massively multiplayer.
A persistent
MMORPG
world.
is a bit of a mouthful.
Yeah. Okay, right. So MMORPGs such as
Like World of Warcraft.
right. Continue.
I was thinking of how I kind of want a Fable MMO, but then I thought how that's a bad idea because of how, for lack of a better word, racist Fable
springs to
is.
mind. Yeah.
Because in Fable, like, you're the one
They
hero,
are.
but that doesn't work in an MMO where there's
They
thousands
are.
of one heroes.
They are making a Fable Borderlands style game, though, aren't they? Or at least that's what it looked like from the trailer. Do you remember this
Yeah,
trailer?
where
Was it
it's-
Fable? Was it Fable Legends?
It's class-based. I think
Yeah,
it's
it's
called
class-
Fable Legends.
It's class-based Fable game, which looks really good because it brings Fable into people like me. Because for me, Fable was too much like Skyrim in how it played, and those sort of games just don't sit well with me. A bit like you and hot food.
What?
I don't really like hot food, but like some people just don't get along with some things. Normally food, but I recognise
I
why
get
they're
now.
good, and I recognise why people love it. I can see that people love it. I'm not saying it's a bad game
No,
by
I'm
any
the same
means,
with certain games,
but
definitely.
I just can't get into it. A bit like I'm a sucker for anything that levels up, unlocks, and is collectible. Anything like that, I have to have. Like,
Pokemons.
you got me up 2 Pokemon figures for Christmas. Guess what I've started collecting?
Those.
I saw 1 Funko. I started collecting them. Pokemon cards. I started collecting them again, but they're hard to find. Like the originals are hard to find anyway. But I was trying to make a piece of artwork with them anyway. Really? Seriously?
Really?
Yeah, I thought of a really nice piece of artwork I want to make, but trying to find all 151 original cards is difficult. Anyway.
Speaking of Pokemons,
Oh yeah.
Pokemon Bank came
Pokemon
out in
Bank.
Europe first.
Yeah, but there was no hype, no remarks. It was,
No.
it's out today, by the way. It's like, awesome. But it wasn't as good as I was expecting. I don't know what I was expecting.
What were you expecting?
I don't know, but it's just a Pokemon PC as an app.
That's
Yeah.
the
what it
point,
is.
isn't it?
Yeah, that's the
That's all we
point.
need.
I know
What
that's
did you
what-
expect?
I don't know. I expected it to look better or have better graphics somehow. I don't know, but I expected something different.
What would you expect?
I don't know. I don't know what I was expecting.
It's just like cloud storage.
yeah,
Yeah.
for
Basically,
Pokemon.
yeah.
I just got it for the Poke Transporter because I wanted my old Pokemon.
I think that's really cool.
Well, put it this way.
I got my Darkrai.
I've transferred all my games from Pokemon Black, all my games from Pokemon Platinum, all my Pokemons from Pokemon Soul Silver, all my Pokemons from Pokemon Y, and all my Pokemons from Pokemon Diamond. I haven't even started looking at my ones that aren't on the DS. My Pokemon bank is full. Not full. It's got a lot in there considering how long it's been out, and I will be signing up for like a year's membership after my month runs out.
I don't know if I'm going to sign up after.
What happens if you don't pay?
You can't access your Pokemons, but they're still held there for a certain amount of time, I think.
How long?
I don't know.
This is the sort of stuff we deserve to know, really.
It's probably somewhere in the terms
Before
and
they're
conditions that
lost.
no one read.
I didn't see it. You say no one read? You know I read my terms and conditions. I didn't see it in there.
Wow, that must
Do you
take a
read
lot
all of the terms and
time.
conditions?
Not all of them, I skim through them. I
Skim through. Like,
No,
you
I-
read the titles of each section.
Not even titles. I read it all, but I like skim over the details within it unless I see a word that makes me think, oh
Worries
shit.
you,
Oh,
yeah.
exactly. Because obviously business studies, I don't sign anything before reading it. Apart from Hearthstone, I didn't read the terms and conditions for that. It's like, I want it! Click.
I read something before that said if you read all of the terms and conditions that you were meant to read in your entire life, it would take up more life than you actually had.
I'm really
Yep, that's the
surprised
idea. That's the idea, and that's why they make them so long. Some companies actually, I've got a whole unit on this, but some companies actually expand their terms and conditions to make them look at a certain distance that when they become so long, people refuse to read them even if they want to.
Yeah.
And so they make them longer just for that purpose some of the time. Anyway, other news.
Murdered Soul Suspect is coming to next gen.
Don't know what it is, move on.
No, we have to talk about this. It looks really good.
What is it?
You know LA Noire?
Yes.
Yes, I love that game.
Yeah, it's like that, but you're a ghost and you have to solve your own murder.
Why should I care?
That sounds interesting.
Why
It
should I
sounds
care?
interesting, that's why.
Not really. Move on.
No! You get to walk through walls, Dan.
Yes, it looks
And-
really good, but it's going to be too much like that game for PS3, was it? Beyond Two Souls?
Oh,
It's going to be too much like that. And that was crap.
It's not going to be like that.
I'm
How's it
so-
going to be like that?
I'm sorry, but any game where you control a ghost, it's just going to be like that, and it's going to be shite. I'm
It's
sorry.
not going to be like that. How is it going to be
I
like
wish
that?
Beyond Two Souls was better than it was.
It looked so good, it had so much potential, and it was like, oh, so this ghost is pretty much useless, other than to give people nosebleeds.
To knock a few things over.
Exactly. Like,
It's just, that's what Fahrenheit,
I like-
Heavy Rain and those are like.
It's
This is a
just-
different game. This
yeah.
is like...
But didn't Heavy Rain make... Oh, what's it called? That racing game where you destroy people's cars, and then you get a wish at the end of it?
I don't know.
It's like... I've forgotten what it
You're
was
not
called.
thinking of something else.
Was it Heavy Rain?
Heavy Rain was a PS3 exclusive. Like,
Yeah, that's what I'm on about. It was a PS3 exclusive.
I have no
It's
idea
a really
what
good
you're
game.
on
I
about.
liked it anyway. Right. So yeah, next topic, because that's all we can say about that really. You're excited for it. Catherine's looking forward to it after hearing the idea of it. I didn't like LA Noire. Not too fond of ghosts.
Oh, I loved Eleanor. It was so like I don't know. It just reminded me of
There were
old PC games.
too many menus for my liking. That was the trouble. Like trying to tell someone that's lying. My notepad with 85 billion sheets of paper for me to read and decide what I'm going to click
That's
on.
great.
The best part of that game, and also the worst part, is how they used like the facial technology stuff.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like someone who's lying. It looks like an actor who's trying to look like they're lying.
Funny enough, that's probably what it is.
It is.
But
You get someone like looking around the
that's
room
what you two both do.
constantly.
You do like strategy and thinking. You do words and thinking. I do fast-paced reaction. That's it. All my
Yeah, I
games
see
are
what you
based around
mean.
that. If I get into a gunfight in Call of Duty, I have at least a 70% chance of winning because my reactions are good. This is where Jake throws something to me and I don't catch it. But that's what I'm good at. Strategy I'm okay at when it's numbers, like Hearthstone.
Yeah.
That's number based on attacks and things. I can do that in strategy, but I couldn't do. Well, I suppose I could do things like Is it Civilization?
Yeah. Oh,
I could do games like that because it's numbers again. It's numbers in. Like, my army is 1,000. It's probably going to beat that army of 5. I know that's a really simple case, but it's things like that. You can roughly work out in terms of numbers. So that's why I'm not interested in it, because I don't do that. I can't do that. I'll get bored of it.
It's fair enough.
But that's just me. Just like Call of Duty isn't your thing. The multiplayer isn't your thing. I hate it.
It used
You
to be
hate
my
it.
thing though.
No, it didn't.
Yeah, it did.
What was the highest prestige you got to?
10.
I'll let you off then.
On Call of Duty 4, I got to 10th prestige. I think.
I sit corrected.
That was I was one of those annoying 13-year-olds who played
You
it.
still are.
I didn't go on chat though and say I fuck people's mothers.
We had a kid at school do that. So. But anyway, moving on. Next topic. Oh no, Catherine. What's on your topic list?
Well, I was going to ask if anyone has seen that trailer for Shadow of Mordor.
Oh,
the
I've
gameplay
seen,
trailer.
I've seen the gameplay thing.
We need to talk about that.
Interesting.
We
It's really
need.
interesting.
Wow, we've hit 36 minutes already. We'll keep going. Keep going. We've gone to 45 before. We've gone to an hour before. Yeah, it looked so basic. The only way I can describe it is Assassin's Creed meets. What other game was it? It's basically a Lord of the Rings style game, but in a world that feels like Assassin's Creed. It's not limited. Well, it's limited in the sense of Assassin's Creed is. You can't climb into windows as much. You can climb up buildings. You have the fighting style of Assassin's Creed,
Yeah.
but in Lord of the Rings.
Lord
I'd
of the
say
Rings
it's sort of
world.
like a mix of like Assassin's Creed, maybe Fable.
Yeah, it looks really good. Don't get me wrong. I very much like the idea of what was it they said that if an enemy gets away from you and you've scarred them, they'll keep that scar and they will remember and become your arch
Yeah,
enemy.
it's very.
That sounds
yeah.
great.
You
That's
made me bump my toe last time.
No, exactly. It sounds great in the way they put it. They do PR presses very well. Whoever makes the game, I don't know off the top of my head. Do you know?
I'm just having a look now. I'm not totally sure.
But it looks good in that sense. But that's just a cheap way of saying, oh yeah, you're gonna piss this guy in a battle. He's gonna run away and he's gonna become your enemy. Even though they made it sound like you got choice, I don't think there's gonna be that much choice.
That's what I mean. Like it seems like there's more. Like the video really showed it off, but I don't know. If
Bigged it
in
up a lot more than
reality
it's gonna be in there.
You'd
Nah.
be able to do what it
I
kind of
highly doubt it.
promises.
That's why I think it's a bit like Fable, because Peter Molyneux could he promised the Earth and then give you nothing, nowhere near that. In the first Fable, he said that trees would grow in real time, and of course that never happened. And then it gives you choice for choice sake, but not exciting choice. Like you can marry people, and it's pointless. You don't need to do it.
When I close my eyes, all I see is Fen Creeper with Taunt.
What?
It's one of the cards from Hearthstone.
Okay. Why is it blazing onto the back of your eyes?
I don't know, it just stuck in my head. It's
Fair
a good
enough.
card. It's good as a part as a defense strategy. Especially with playing Paladin.
Is it made of nice paper?
No, it's like a troll. It's like a troll made of seaweed.
Oh, developer of Fear.
Are they?
Yeah.
Oh,
And Guardians of Middle Earth. So it's not
Phil,
the
Phil,
first.
Phil was a good game.
It's a creepy game.
Creepy game, but a good game. I like the mechanic of I don't know what like it's called, but like, is he a dead brother that possesses people? I like the idea of him. Anyway, so the Assassin's Creed developer posted a tweet that was like, "Oh,
One of them.
this looks familiar."
Yeah.
He was being really passive aggressive,
Yeah, and it was like they could have bought the rights to use that. No one's saying they couldn't have done that.
and he's asking for like a thank you.
And he's like
being
being a
credits
dick.
or something.
Exactly, he's being a dick about it. It's what
I'm gonna
you
get some money for this.
It's what you would do though. If that was you, you'd be like, "Oh, borrowing our game, are we? I'll take a thank you in the credits, please." And they could be like, "Well, we bought it. What's your problem?"
He said something like, "I'm not expecting any payment," but it's like, it's kind of in a passive aggressive way. I don't need any payment, but if you want to,
Yeah.
which you should.
But then again, can't you see in Assassin's Creed 1 and 2 days when they first had that that climbing mechanic, basically the mechanic of moving around in that environment, they'd sell that on, wouldn't they? Not so much now. Now that's their entire franchise. But back in those days, I can see them selling that.
Yeah.
And just what I remember, I don't know what Epic's up to nowadays. What are they doing? Epic Games.
I don't know.
Other than serious software in terms of Unreal Engine and Fortnite, but even they've passed that off over to People Can Fly. Not People Can Fly. Yeah, People Can Fly. That's now like, what's it called? Epic Sweden or something. They changed the name from People Can Fly to Epic Sweden or something like that. Like Epic something. So I don't know what they're up to. They're working on something secret. There is no way they are just working on Unreal Engine because they've just announced a new one. Which, yeah, it's going to take a lot of people, but there is no way that's all they're doing. I don't believe it.
New Unreal Tournament, yeah.
That would be a good game. Next topic. Just on your topic.
Anything else.
You got nothing else? You got anything else?
Do you have anything, Dan?
Not that I can think of, but as soon as we stop recording, there will be. I know that. Oh, shameless plug. Catherine is only a special guest on this because this is the Dan and Jake Plays channel, not the Dan, Jake and Catherine channel. But hopefully coming soon, we do have a project in the pipeline that's going to be a more serious... Okay, not more serious, but a more...
Less talking about poop.
Let's talk about
Less referring to games as poop, more serious.
Not even that. It's going to... Hopefully, something I'm extremely excited for. I like to think you're both excited for it in terms of an idea, but whether you're actually practically excited for it, I don't know. I have been working hard on it in bits of free time. It's just trying to get everything together in one place, and that's finances. At the moment, that's the problem. So watch this space. The three of us will be working together in the future. Even if I have to, like, take both of you hostage, that's fine. I'll happily do that.
Keep you in the basement that you don't have. One of those special homemade basements. Like Joseph Fritzl.
Thanks for listening. What are you... Oh, no, I've got one more thing. Haha. I knew there was going to be another thing. Right, we spoke about this last week. We had our own predictions for the next generation of consoles. I forgot what we said. It was basically around...
You were saying, like, mechs
Titanfall
would be the new thing.
Mechs would be the new thing, and Titanfall's going to be in the charts for a long time.
And then we argued about zombies.
Yep, and I forgot what you said. What do you predict, Catherine, for the next generation?
Well, there's basically confirmed that Mass Effect 4 is coming.
Well, it's not going to be Mass Effect 4.
Well, it is.
No, it's not. It's a game set in the Mass Effect world.
Yes, I know, but that makes me really
They can't
happy.
call it Mass Effect 4. That's like going, oh, Assassin's Creed. By the way, it doesn't...
Another Mass Effect game.
It doesn't involve assassins or any of that. It's just set in the same world. You know they've got all those science tests going on. There's this guy over here that's been kidnapped by terrorists. It's Call of Duty, basically. It's not Mass Effect. It won't be Mass Effect. It's a game in the same world.
Sidetracking
but-
on the subject of the same universe, did you know that Saints Row and Red Faction are in the same universe?
Yes, I did.
That's interesting.
It
I
is
learned that
interesting.
recently.
Yes, I read that recently as well. We both read it. Have you read that?
No.
Well... Oh, well, great.
Saints Row is my favourite game, and I hope they don't stop it.
What's your favourite game of all time?
Oh, fuck. Probably Mass Effect 2. Or Skyrim.
God, you're so boring.
Go on, ask
I
me.
don't care. I love
Ask
them.
me. Ask me.
Oh my god.
I can tell you what your favourite game is.
I know what your favourite game is.
Shoot. I've got 3 answers here, so you can have any one of them. See if you can get all 3 of them.
Super Bunny Land Adventure.
I've never played that. Is that a real game?
No.
Gears of War.
Which one?
Oh god.
2.
2.
Yeah. Right. Next one. Come on. This one's almost obvious. Even our audience can get it.
Titanfall isn't out yet, so I don't want to say
Yeah,
that.
Well, it's
Ow.
Titanfall, so shut up. And the last one that you guys won't expect, but I was super hyped for. I tried getting the Super Duper Mega Edition, but couldn't. And when they re-released it a couple of months ago, I was like, oh, I need it, but I can't afford it. Borderlands 2. I love Borderlands 2.
Okay.
One of the a great franchise. Right, is that all the topics? Are we done?
I guess.
We done?
Yeah.
Thanks for listening.
Bye-bye.
If you agree with... Comment down below what you think for next generation.
And do a comment. Do a like. Do what you want.
Yeah. Likes are good. We like likes. Do you like likes?
I don't mind.
Isn't Ike a character in Zelda?
I.
Oh my god, please.
I don't know. Yeah. Leave us a like, leave a comment, and let us know whether you think I should do my own Titanfall podcast with the 3 of us again, where we just talk about Titanfall for an hour.
No,
Kill
let's
myself.
not do that.
Au revoir, amigos! Stay sexy.